Namaste. Rejection does not come from others. It comes from how you perceive yourself and what beliefs you have about yourself. If you've ever felt stuck because you feel you've been rejected all the time, I'll share some of the reasons why you could be feeling this way in this video. Reject? Let me check my mindset. What's next? You know what? I'm gonna reflect, and I'll never say I won't dissect my mind, and I will say that I'll be my best version. That was a freestyle that I just made up right now. When you look at the thumbnail and you look at the two pictures there, you can see one picture of me in my 20s, overweight. I felt disgusted about myself. I didn't like who I was. When I sat down on a couch, I felt everybody was rejecting me. They didn't like me. But most of all, I just didn't like myself. I didn't like the way I looked. I didn't like my stomach would hang out outside of my shirt. I didn't like the fact that I had to go smoke a cigarette to feel better about myself. I didn't like the fact that I had to drink to feel that I needed to fit in with other people. Next picture that you see was taken this morning. When you look at that and when you look at success, sure, I'm a board certified practicing family doctor. I've been in practice for 26 years. I've been sober from alcohol, drugs, gambling debt, eating disorder, and self-hate for the last 6.5 years with a sober date of July 31st, 2018. Typically that's my introduction, but that's who this person is. This person is the guy who you see being rejected all the time still by anybody and everybody that you could think of. The success that you see in that image is that I love myself now. And why is that? It's because I love what I don't like about myself. And what do you mean by that? I haven't admitted it. I haven't acknowledged it. I haven't overcome it. I haven't fixed it, and I haven't dealt with it. Well, what have I done? I'll share in this video how you can believe in yourself and then believe in your limitations and thrive and be successful no matter what happens, at least 80 to 85% of the day. Now, I speak all over the world on this proprietary process that I've developed called Mind Hygiene that has medical evidence to support it. If you've ever looked at yourself in the mirror and said you were not good enough, this video is for you. If you say it all day long, then you might need to not only watch this video, but 100 others and see what everybody is doing and inspire from them, including me. Share in a comment below on how you can inspire us also. By the end of this video, you'll have 2 actionable strategies where you can turn rejection into self-belief and self-confidence, which I include both into the same category. The key is that you don't want to start worrying about other people when you feel you've been rejected. You gotta start only worrying about yourself. Several years ago, when my mom was dying, I was rapping. Now, I've been rapping most of my life about things that I didn't understand or didn't care about, just like the way the words flowed. For example, Bone Thugs and Harmony, Brotherly Chung, E40. I'm from the West Coast, the era of MC8, Tupac, Biggie. Of course, some of those are the big names from that time. 11-5, talking about Brother Lynch Hung. Some of these rappers, I would rap all the time. And you know, it felt good because people were like, dang man, you can flow. Of course, it wasn't my lyrics. Then one time when I wrote this one song, when my mom was dying, I had recorded a music video. It's called Tomorrow is Sorrow, and you can find it on my Sublime Shine or Dr. Dhruva channel. It's a different channel. During the pandemic, I was doing a lot of rap videos. Tomorrow is Sorrow is about me getting sober. When you watch the video, you might be able to tell that there's a guy who's drinking and doesn't like it, but it's not clear, it's not explicit, because I wasn't confident in myself and I didn't believe in myself, and I thought people would judge me and would reject me if I came out outright and said, look man, I've been sober for 1.5 years. So instead I made up all of these little things and said tomorrow's sorrow. As I recorded the video, what I did was I wore a shirt that I had worn to a friend's funeral that had died maybe about a half a year before that from a drug overdose and alcohol and misuse. And I also had my brother's ashes in my pocket. My brother had died from methamphetamine and alcohol misuse as well. And I felt these two gave me this spiritual connection. And as I am editing the video, right now I'm trying to shoot to edit. So at that time I was editing, I was recording, I was directing all of my music videos. When I was editing the video, I was looking at how smooth it was and how clean the footage was and how I had the lighting right. And some of the mannerisms and gestures that I made in that video was not me, 100% for sure. I've never made those types of gestures with my hand, with movement and moving around the microphone and the way I was holding the mic. It just had never happened before. And then I started breaking down crying. But not once, I did it every single time that I looked at the video. And that was the first time where I was like, look, you know what? The song isn't the best. It's not written the best. There are really no adjectives in it. I'm not being very explicit about exactly what the message is that I'm trying to convey. The whole video, the song, everything was for me. And then I realized that the song isn't bad. Like, I never said it was great, but it's not bad. It's like, I have a lot of potential. And once again, I started crying. And I was like, I have been waiting my whole life for this moment. I've been always seeking out external validation. What do you think? Do you think this will work? Do you think I'm good enough? No, I did not believe in myself. However, I didn't believe in my limitations. My limitations was that at the time, I needed to get a rap coach. I needed to get a speaking coach. I needed to get a microphone coach. I needed to get a story coach. I needed to get a writing coach. And when I got all of these things, I realized that those were my limitations. Let me harness them. Let me understand them. When I get rejected, let me take it as a coaching session, go back to the lab, see how I can believe in myself and how I can be confident in myself. And at least, gosh darn it, feel good more than 50% of the day. I'm not asking for a lot. Now the big question remains, how do you flip rejection into success? Here are 2 mindset shifts that help me, as previously discussed in the video, that have medical evidence to support them. Number 1, self-confidence. Self-confidence is a strong statement. Not one of my favorites, but something that people can resonate with. What do I refer to as self-confidence personally? Remember, whatever I tell you in these videos, I hope starts a spark. I hope inspires you. At the end of the day, I want you to go back, start writing, and say that I can do it too. That's what self-confidence is, right? Is that I can do, oh, that person did it. When I was in undergrad and I got these scholarships into medical school, people were like, no, you can't do it. I was like, dude, look at that person. Look at that other person. That dude's a doctor. Why can't I be one? Oh, that person's confident. What did they do? Let me follow them. Oh, I accepted myself. That's confidence. What do you mean? I thought I need to fix my emotions. Nope, zero, zilch, nada. If you know that in any other language, just say it. That is not the answer. You gotta accept who you are. That's where confidence, that's when you start building confidence, which could take years. You looking good, dressing good, wearing a nice tie, wearing glasses, having a nice hairstyle are just little bits and pieces of it. That is just in addition to the confidence. Before, if you were to look at some pictures of me, I was dressed up, had a V-neck, I had bandanas on me. Not like I was a gangster, I was a wannabe gangster. But just for people to notice me, a yellow jacket, I wanted people to see me. I had some nice pants on, I wanted you to say that it was good. Now I wear it for myself. That's self-confidence, is that I've accepted who I am. I accepted that I hated myself, that I rejected myself, that I didn't like myself, that I thought I was stupid, I thought I was dumb. I wrote a book called The Dumb Doctor. What is my rap name? Sublime Shine. What does that mean? I'm stupid, I'm dumb, I'm an idiot, I'm not good enough? Okay, well, here are some of the things that I can do about it. Let me sublimate my thoughts, which means let me take some negative thoughts, which I don't like to use the word negative. Let me take some thoughts that I don't like about myself, and let me see what I can do to elevate it. That's what it means to be sublime, and then shine on it. What do I mean that I don't like negative and positive? That's a judgment. Don't think of a thought as good or bad, just accept it. And when you accept it, you see the power in it, you take some action steps, you keep a promise to yourself, there's your confidence. A 2019 study in the Journal of Personality found that people who accepted themselves and had self-acceptance strategies in place were much more confident than people who tried to control and fix their emotions. You know how people say, own who you are, the confidence will follow? I don't agree with that either. Accept who you are and then believe in yourself, but more importantly, believe in your limitations. Oh, you're not a good writer? Oh, you may not be a good speaker? Oh, you may not flow well? Oh, you may not know adjectives? Find the coaches and do something about it. I've been to therapy for 6.5 years, but that's not what made me successful. What made me successful is the daily writing and continuing to write it. Number 2, self-belief. Success follows when you believe that you deserve it. There's gonna be a million people who say a million things about this, and I think that you should listen to all of them and implement it in your life to see what works. When I say you deserve it, you gotta earn it. Big time though, big time. When I wake up in the morning, first thing I do is make my bed. That's it, I deserve success. What's the next level of success for me? Is that I kept a promise to myself. I said, look, if I make my bed in the morning, done, I'm gonna feel better. Okay, let me go sit and meditate for just 1 second. If I go sit down for 1 second, done. I feel confident, I've accepted the situation. Let me just maybe stay there for 90 seconds and I'll do some writing. And you know what, I may not be able to pick up everything right now, but let me go write at work. I'm gonna go take my dog and I'm gonna do my self meditation, which is self-sympathy, self-empathy, self-love, and self-forgiveness. I do it every single day. And let me aces my life with Mind Hygiene. Let me accept my awareness, communicate my compassion, embrace my empathy, and soften the process. That means that I'm not trying to fix my emotions, I'm accepting and understanding them and not thinking that it's hard. That is success, because I'm not looking for a destination. You should see some of the pictures when I was overweight before, and you can see me now. Oh, I think that protein chips are healthy. I'm not gonna say they're unhealthy, but it's not working for my body. That took me 3 months to realize. It took me almost 8 years to figure out how to get in shape. And then when I got in shape, it took me probably 8 years to figure out how to stay in shape. You gotta understand that. Let's say you wanna build up self-confidence. That's a six-pack of your mind, right? You wanna believe in yourself, that's a six-pack of the mind. Write to yourself right now, Mind Hygiene, medical evidence supports it anyway. I believe in myself right now. How easy was that? Done. What are you gonna do to stay there? You have to put in so much effort behind the scenes. Somebody says something to me, sure, feel bad for a little bit. What am I gonna do about it though? I'm gonna go right. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna work out even if I don't want to. That's what people call discipline, right? I call it an investment in my health. I call it an investment in my future. If you're waiting for somebody to tell you that you're great, you're gonna be waiting forever. You gotta tell yourself that you're great. However, there are many caveats to that. What are you doing in the background every day when nobody's watching you to believe that you deserve something great? To believe that you are a success. What are you doing? It doesn't mean you need to have a lot of money, you need to be in good shape. Those two work. But you can see a lot of millionaires and billionaires who hate themselves. It's because they don't love themselves, they're not confident. They only feel confident with external validation. A study from psychological science found that people who visualize success before it happens are more likely to achieve it because they have belief systems in place. What I would argue here is that they're probably doing many action steps. So let's take an example of you having a six-pack of your mind, and let's try to correlate that to having a six-pack in the gym. I always like to tell my patients that, look, 100% of your health is diet. And they're like, what do you mean? You work out? I see all these videos of you working out, lifting weights and running, snowboarding, hiking. Great. Those are good things. You gotta wake up in the morning, make that protein shake. You gotta eat that salad. You gotta eat those vegetables, but all day long, every day. That's what people call discipline, or I call it investment, to feel good, believe in myself, and have confidence in myself. And to say that I can do it and that I deserve success because I am taking all of the small steps when nobody's watching me. Act like the person that you want to become when nobody's telling you to do it and you won't get external validation. I quit eating sugar without telling anybody. Matter of fact, this is the first time I'm even saying it on camera, that I quit eating sugar almost 6 weeks ago. I documented a little bit of the journey, but I really wanted to just do it for myself, because when I do, nobody can take it away from me. That is confidence. At the end of the day, rejection does hold me back. I'm not gonna say that it does not. With this process, Mind Hygiene, that has medical evidence to support it, I'm usually feeling good about 80-85% of the day. But there are definitely those days where I'm at 20 or 30%. There are those days that I might purposely stay at 0% just to see how it feels for like 24, 48 hours. Lie in bed, do nothing. Before, I used to lie in bed and eat sugar. Before, I used to drink, drug, gamble. Before, I used to hate myself. At least I've come this far. I feel I'm okay, feeling good, even 50 to 60% of the day. But I have to keep on writing. I have to keep on validating myself. I have to keep on understanding, what am I doing to deserve success? I have to keep on writing down, what am I doing to stay where I am? When you accept yourself, when you have confidence in yourself, when you believe in yourself, all of the things that you're hoping for will automatically happen. You will rely on yourself. You'll have better experiences in life. You won't be as stressed out when you're in traffic. You won't be out of shape anymore. You will be making the money. You will be getting the bonuses. You will fear less. Don't be fearless. You don't want to crash your car, do you? You want to be fearful. You acknowledge danger and don't get into an accident. And then you can make others better. You can show others the possibility as well. That's what I'm doing here. If this message resonates with you, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. I'll be dropping videos every Wednesday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and bonus content on Fridays. Also, I'll be dropping shorts throughout the week, and I am reviving a channel that was deleted and hacked. I would like to ask you to like the video, comment, and share if you feel this message resonated with you, because I would like to get at least one subscriber every day, and in the next 90 days, 90 subscribers, and in the next 900 days, 900 subscribers. If you don't feel this message resonated with you, please don't subscribe, because I only want a small group of individuals that relates to the rejection, to the self-hatred, to the failures. and who see that there are possibilities and that need to do the work behind it, where they don't need anybody else saying that you can do it. Although that's great, I've lived my entire life nearly alone. And that's the value that I bring to you. Not as a doctor, not as a person who's in shape, not as a person who you perceive as successful, but that person that you see in that image when they were younger. Imagine how bad he must have felt. There will be a link in the description below to a Mind Hygiene PDF that you can download. Remember, this is like a personal training session. You need to figure out what works for you, but if whatever you did didn't work for you yesterday, please download the Mind Hygiene PDF, share an inspirational 90-second coaching gem, or what other people call a comment, to let us know how this video resonated with you and what you're doing to be successful, to believe in yourself, and to be the best version of yourself by being confident in who you are and believing in your limitations. Namaste.